Hello students, we completed the bridge course related to maths in the last two videos. So I am starting the first topic of first PUC called trigonometry. This topic you already started to learn in 10th standard, maybe you remember, okay? It's a continuation of that. In this chapter, in the beginning, I'm going to teach you a concept. You know about it, but not in detail. So this year you're going to learn in detail about an angle. You already used in geometry, but here you're going to learn exactly what I mean by an angle and how it will be measured. So let me start term called angle. You already used, okay, in geometry. So let me define it first, because when it comes to the PU level, whenever you learn some concept, you are going to start with the definition. Remember that. If you don't know the definition, then it's difficult to understand the remaining concept. So let me start with the definition. Angle is a measure of rotation. It's a measure of rotation. It will measure how a ray will rotate from an initial position, the starting position, to the final position. So what is an angle? Angle is a measure. Measure meaning, I hope you know, for example, if you are measuring the length, you will measure, okay, using meter, centimeter, kilometer and so on, okay? This is like that. It's a measure of rotation of a ray. Ray means light ray, whatever, like straight line, x-axis, y-axis, you can consider that also, okay? From its initial position. Initial position means starting line to a terminal position. Okay, for that is if I take initial line is OA, or this x-axis or line as a ray, if it rotates like this and reaches this position OB and it is called the terminal position, then this rotation is called as an angle. This rotation, the measure of this rotation is called an angle. So what is an angle? It's a measure of rotation of a ray or a line from the starting position to terminal position. The starting position is called initial position, the last position, the final position is called terminal position. If the initial position is like this and the terminal position like this, then this rotation is measured as an angle. And maybe this notation you already used in 10th, okay, in lower classes, in geometry, in 9th standard, as well as in 10th standard. See, where angle is formed? At O. Then it will be measured as AOB, angle. This line L, okay, angle AOB. Remember that. So this position is called initial position, this position is called terminal position, and this rotation is called an angle. So remember, what do you mean by an angle? What do you mean by an angle? It's a measure of rotation of a ray from the starting position to terminal position. Now, if you consider this as the initial position, the horizontal line will be considered as the initial position, then you know this ray may rotate in two different directions. It may rotate in anti-clockwise direction or it may in clockwise direction. Suppose a ray rotate in anti-clockwise direction like this, then angle formed by that ray is always positive angle. Remember that. If a ray then from initial position rotate in anti-clockwise direction, then the angle formed by that ray is always positive angle. In the same way, if a line rotate from its initial position in the clockwise direction, then angle formed by that ray is always negative. So in this diagram, which angle is positive? Angle AOB is a positive angle, because this angle is formed by the ray when it rotates in anti-clockwise direction. If the same ray rotates in the clockwise direction, then what is the angle here? AOB dash. What is the angle? AOB dash. Then that angle is always negative angle. So how you will get negative and positive angle? It's depending on the rotation. If it rotates in anti-clockwise direction from its initial position, then that angle is always positive angle. If it rotates in clockwise direction, then that angle is negative angle. So remember, positive and negative both are possible in case of angle. So let me recall again, what do you mean by angle? What is an angle? Angle is a measure of rotation. Positive and negative is possible depending on how it will rotate. If it rotates in anti-clockwise, positive. If it rotates in clockwise, negative. Now, we are going to measure this. What do you mean by measuring an angle? So what do you mean by measuring a length? You will say it's 1 centimeter, 1 kilometer, 1 meter, right? You're going to write unit after the real number. That will measure the length. In the same way, we are going to put unit to an angle, or we are going to measure an angle. There are two types of measurement actually. The one measurement is called degree measure. Maybe you studied about this in lower classes, not maybe in detail, but you know about it, degree measure. And another one is radian measure. Our important topic for this year under the heading angle is radian measure. But I have to introduce, or maybe I have to recall the term called degree measure. So there are two types of measurement to measure an angle. One is degree measure as well as radian measure. So let me start with the degree measure. This you know already. I'm just recalling. I'm not teaching in detail about degree measure. This is I'm just recalling it. In degree measure, you already know that a 1 degree is equal to 60 minutes. See, understanding a measurement is nothing but, see, if someone asks how length will be measured, you will say it's 1 kilometer, 1 meter. Then they will ask, what do you mean 1 kilometer? How much it is meter? 1 meter means how much centimeter? Like that they will ask, right? Or you must know that to understand the whole system. So, to understand what I mean by degree measure, you should know unit wise. That means 1 degree is always is equal to 60 minutes. Minute will be represented as a 60 dash. You know this. I'm not teaching anything new. This concept I'm just recalling. So remember, 1 degree is equal to 60 minutes. In this system, we use 1 degree is equal to 60 minutes. In the same way, 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds. Seconds will be represented as a double dash. Remember this. Single dash will represent minute, double dash represent seconds. Just you should know, in this system, that 1 degree is equal to 60 minutes, 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds. So understanding measure of anything, maybe angle, length, mass, whatever, you are understanding the system, unit wise. How much is 1 kilometer, how much is 1 meter, like that, right? So you should know 1 minute is equal to how much, 1 degree is equal to how much. If you know that, understanding the radian measure, degree measure is done. So I hope I recall what I mean by degree measure. It's a 1 unit of measurement of an angle, like kilometer, meter, Like that, we are going to measure degree using one more unit. That is our topic. Actually, see, you may observe, in the beginning only I wrote the radian measure. Chapter name of, this topic is radian measure. Why I wrote this? Because this actually, from here, this term onwards, the actually syllabus start for first PUC. So you can call this whatever I did, it's introduction. I just explain a different way. Remember that. So what do you mean by angle? I hope you understood. When it will be a positive or negative, I hope that also you understood. Then how to measure in degree measure. Now I'm moving the next term. Before that, you know this. Let me recall again with an example all this concept. Degree, I hope this symbol also you know. Suppose you want to measure 90 degree from its initial position. I hope you know how to measure it, right? You will take one perpendicular line, then angle found by this rotation is 90 degree. 30 degree, it's very close to 0 degree, so it will be here 30. If anyone asks mark 30 degree, you know, right, how to mark it. I just wrote one diagram just to recall that procedure. 30 degree, 60 degree. But what main reason of writing this diagram here is just to show how to get a negative angle. See, if this is 30 degree, this is it's anti-clockwise rotation, right? It's an anti-clockwise direction. For the same amount, if you rotate in the clockwise direction, you will get what? Minus angle. That minus 30 degree. Minus angle will be represented like this. Minus angle. Remember, you should write the unit, just minus 30 is meaningless. You should write minus 30 degree because here unit of measurement is very important. See, if someone asks what is distance from Udupi to Hebri, if we just say it's 35, it's meaningless. It may be 35 centimeter, it may be 35 meter. But what is the answer? Actually 35 kilometer. So that mentioning unit is very important. If you just say 35, it's not enough. You should mention 35 kilometer. Just like that, when you measure an angle, if you not write degree or whatever, other unit, it is meaningless. So one basic notation, one basic measurement, that it's a degree system. So I'm just using that 30 degree. It's not 300. No need to write the big circle. Then it look like 300. Small circle above the last digit. A very small circle above the last digit. but still I'm recalling. In the same way, this is a anti-clockwise rotation. For the same one, if you rotate in the reverse direction, you'll get the negative angle. So I hope you understood how to get negative angle, how to measure using degree system. Now I am moving to the next concept. Okay, that is actual syllabus of first PUC trigonometry called radian measure. This system is new for you. Okay, degree system you already studied, already used, but the next system is new for you, and it is called radian measure. So this actual topic start under the heading trigonometry this year. Okay, just like this measure, it is also one more unit of measurement. Here you should understand first what do you mean by 1 unit or 1 radian or 1 degree. So let me define first what do you mean by a radian, single radian. Let me define what do you mean by a radian. Listen carefully. Let me read this sentence as it is first, then I will explain through this diagram. Okay, I'll read out and you write down this definition as it is in a notebook. So what do you mean by radian? Single radian. Here I told you 1 degree. When I start the degree measure, I start with the 1 degree. You should know what I mean by first 1 degree. If you understood 1 degree first, then you can understand what I mean by 1 minute. So just like that, to understand how we measure angle under the heading radian measure, first of all you should know what do you mean by 1 radian. So let me define. It's important definition. You may get for 1 mark in this year. Okay, in PU level you will get some defined question also. Okay, learn the definition perfectly. What do you mean by a radian? Single radian. A radian is an angle. Yeah, it must be because it's a measure of an angle. Radian is an angle subtended at the center of the circle. What do you mean by that? Radian, that angle is actually at the center of the circle, subtended by whom? By an arc. What do you mean by an arc? Arc is nothing but part of the circumference. Radian is an angle subtended at the center. That is a very important word. This you must write at the center by an arc. Okay, such that not all the arc will give you the radian. Remember that. By an arc, the condition is such that length of the arc, this length must be equal to, this is an important condition, radius of the circle. Length of the arc must be equal to radius of the circle. Then angle at the center subtended by this arc is called 1 radian. Is called 1 radian, just like 1 degree. Okay, just like 1 degree, you should know exactly first what do you mean by 1 radian or 1 kilometer, 1 meter, 1 degree, like just like that. So what is a 1 radian? A radian or single radian is an angle subtended at the center of the circle by whom? By an arc, under which condition length of the arc is equal to radius of the circle. I'll repeat, length of the arc is equal to radius of the circle. Then angle formed at the center is called 1 radian. It is denoted by 1 power c. Don't read like that. Okay, just beginning, no? So I'm reading like that. 1 power c. So how to read? 1 radian. 1 power 0. Are you reading this as a 1 power 0? No, you are writing 1 degree. So just like that, it's 1 radian. Full circle, degree. Half circle, radian. But half circle is not like this. Don't misunderstand. It's just open circle like this. C. 1 radian. Remember that. So if this is a definition of 1 radian, now to make this work perfect, to confirm whether you understood the definition or not, take this example. If you are able to answer what is the angle at the center for this circle using this definition, that is a clear sign that you understood what I mean by a radian. Okay, so example is like this. We have a circle with the radius 2 centimeter. I consider one arc of length 4 centimeter. Now using this definition, tell me what is the angle subtended by this arc at the center of the circle. According to this definition, tell me what is the angle AOB. If you answer angle AOB, it's a clear sign that you understood what I mean by a radian. I'll give you time. Take your time. Tell me the answer. I'll wait for 1 or 2 minutes. Length of the arc is 4 centimeter. Radius is equal to 2 centimeter. First put question to yourself whether it is equal to 1 radian. Can I write 1 radian? What is the answer? Definitely no. Why 1 radian is not allowed? Radius is 2 centimeter. Length of the arc is 4 centimeter, not 2 centimeter. Suppose it is 2 centimeter, then 1 radian is answer. So what will be the answer? Okay, I'll help you. Divide this arc into 2 parts. Exactly divide to bisect the arc. Then this will be 2 centimeter. This will be 2 centimeter. Now can you tell me what is the angle at AOB? Yeah, exactly right. What is the answer? 2 radian. Why it is 2 radian? Can you tell me why it is 2 radian? This is 2 centimeter. This is also 2 centimeter. So what is the angle subtended by this arc at the center? 1 radian, right? No? According to definition, angle subtended by this arc at the center is 1 radian. Similarly, this is also 2 centimeter, radius is also 2 centimeter. So angle subtended by this arc at the center must be 1 radian. So what's the total? 2 radian. So according to definition, angle AOB is 2 radian. I hope you understood what I mean by a radian. What is a radian? Is an angle subtended at the center of the circle by an arc such that length of the arc is equal to radius of the circle. So this is the beginning of the radian measure. Remember, just definitions over. So we are going to learn some theorems, problems, okay, related to this definition. First of all, this concept is very important. I hope you understood. So you write as it is, okay, one note, okay, for this chapter called radian measure as it is. Whatever I wrote in a board, just copy as it is. It will be your notes for this chapter called radian measure. Thank you.